Hi guys, what's up? It's Elisa. I want to excuse the way I look. I've been sick ever since I started college, and that's not an exaggeration. Ever since I moved to this dorm about 5 or 4 weeks ago, I've been very sick. And I think it's because like the vents, or they don't clean the vents out here, and we're not allowed to clean the vents out because it's like not our property, so we could get fined for it. So I'm just gonna continue to live sick, and I don't even remember what it's like to be healthy anymore. Honestly, like I cannot remember when I was healthy. But the sad thing is I eat really healthy too, so I don't really know why it's still lingering in my system, but it's basically just a part of my personality now, so it's okay. I'm happy, I'm talkative, and I'm sick. Anyways, this video is about a topic that I really am excited to talk about because there's a lot to say about it. This was requested. She didn't send me the story, she just sent me like a sentence that said, what do I do if? Or like, what does it mean if? So it's like a really short thing, and it's very vague, but it can apply to a lot of people. So, without further ado, I said further ado. Anyways, the topic is, did he really love me if he left me? Really good question, and I know my opinion on this, my approach is going to be different from other people's because I have like different beliefs than some people. I'm not here to make you I'm not here to convince you to believe what I believe, and I'm going to tell you what I believe, and then you can make a decision of your own. So, basically, if you're wondering, like, he broke up with you, obviously, is that a spider? No, that's just a crack in the wall. If he broke up with you, and now you're wondering if he really loved you, you have to look at, there's one stipulation. How long were y'all together? If it was a couple days or weeks, he probably didn't really love you. He was just, like, testing the waters. And he could have said, I love you, just because boys are stupid and they just say random things to make us feel good. So it was a couple days or weeks. He probably didn't love you. He probably enjoyed being around you. He probably had fun with you, but he didn't really love you. Like, people can fall in love in a couple days or weeks. I do believe that. I fell in love in a day, but it's really, really, really uncommon. So if he said that he loved you, it was just to make you feel good and to not make you scared. So that's just like the first part of the video right there. So the second part is, if he said that he loved you, y'all were together for a couple months or a couple years, if it was a genuine long time and you felt like, in your heart, you really felt like he loved you, if in the back of your head you're thinking, now that I think about it, he really didn't love me as much as he said he did, well, then that's your answer. He didn't love you. Because, like, love doesn't leave room for doubts. Love is, like, solid. Like, yeah, he loves me. I know he does. So, if you have doubts in your mind that he didn't love you to the best of his abilities or to his fullest extent, that's kind of your answer. He maybe had a crush on you, or he had, like, this platonic, like, you're my girlfriend, I'm not in love with you, but I love you kind of love. Then it wasn't real love. So that's why he left you, because it wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't going to go anywhere. It was just, like, a train about to derail. So that's the second part of the video. And the third part of the video is, if you truly in your heart thought that he loved you and you guys were meant to be together, and he told you that he loved you, and maybe he even talked about a future with you, or like plans or children or house or marriage or all of that, and he left you, girl, let me know whenever you find the answer, because I'm still looking. I'm just kidding, but like, I believe that you can have many soulmates throughout your life. I do not think that you can have one soulmate. And that's like something that I'm not going to force you to believe with me, but I'm speaking off of experience. I've dated a bunch of people, and I used to always believe you can only have one soulmate. Like, that one person is right for you. That one person, it's your destiny to be with them. I don't believe that anymore. I did. I really did. I was like basic, just like everyone else. Like, I'm going to find the one day. There's no such thing as the one, because there's millions of people. There's billions of people in the world, and so many of them are going to be right for you. All you have to do is just find them. So, like, it is possible for you to have multiple soulmates. I had a high school soulmate. I never, ever thought we were going to break up. I knew for a fact I wanted to marry this boy. I knew for a fact. Let's say I love this boy right now. Like, let's say I still love my ex, and I really do want him back, and I'm truly in love with him. And then in 20 years we get back together and we get married. Then, yeah, I'll believe in soulmates, because I'm basing my whole opinion off of him. But as of right now, if I were to marry someone else, I would no longer believe in soulmates, because I had a high school soulmate. It's not going to be my college soulmate. I'm going to have a separate college soulmate. I'm going to have an adulthood soulmate. Like, people fall out of love even if you truly loved them. Well, not truly loved. Even if you had a very, very, very strong, compassionate, burning love for them, it could feel just like true love. It's the same thing as true love. True love just doesn't die. So it's literally the same thing. They just, one of them has an end and one of them doesn't. So if he really, 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 really loved you, like true love minus 0.1, he just fell out. He fell out of love. And, you know, there's nothing that you could have done to prevent it. And sometimes it just happens because our hearts move, our hearts change, our hearts grow up. And I believe that, like, what keeps people in love, okay, let's look at what makes people fall out of love. When people fall out of love, it's because their personalities change. So, like, let's say in stage 1 of the relationship, they act the same. Stage 2, they act the same. Stage 3, they start to merge a little bit. In stage 4, they're completely different people, so they break apart. That's what makes people fall out of love, when they grow literally apart. Even if they don't want to grow apart, they just do. But what keeps people in love is if in every single stage they go through, they maintain corresponding personalities that click. You know, if they're both really good, if he's a really good talker and she's a really good listener, then they switch. She's a really good talker and he's a really good listener, and then all of a sudden they both are really talkative and neither one of them want to listen. They're not going to work anymore, so they're going to fall apart. Like, you need to be able to match every single stage of your life, like in high school, in college, in grad school, in med school, in adulthood, like before death. Like, you have to match in every single era of your life in order for it to be what people call soulmates. And that is so hard to find. So hard to find. Like, I do believe that soulmates did exist at one point, and they probably still do, but they're very, 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 like, my parents, they're very rare. Like, my parents they act like they just started dating. They're so in love with each other. But, so, like, for example, in stage 1, my ex and I, we were soulmates. Like, we were meant to be together. We had the same personality. We were just dynamic together. In stage 2, we were. Stage 3, we slowly started to drift apart. In stage 4, it just wasn't clicking anymore. It was like that, and so we fell apart. But we were still soulmates in the other stages. So that's how it is with you. Maybe you guys were meant to be together at one point. You guys were supposed to burn together and, like, love together, and something happened and y'all's personalities just weren't clicking, and he just fell out of love. And that's totally okay. You're gonna fall in and out of love over and over and over. And that doesn't mean that he didn't love you. It just means that it wasn't the love. It wasn't true love. It could have been true love minus 0.1, which is the same thing as true love, but like I said, one has an end and one doesn't. But it just wasn't the love that makes it last. It wasn't the love that takes you to the grave. So when he said that he loved you, don't call him a liar, because he probably really did love you. It just wasn't enough. And the sad thing is, he didn't ever see himself falling out of love with you. You never, ever think you're gonna fall out of love with somebody until it happens. And then he probably feels really, really bad. And this is why guys always feel guilty after the breakup, because they spend all this time with the girl saying, yeah, I love you, I want to be with you forever. But then they break up because he had a change of heart, and then he feels bad. He's like, damn it, why did I have a change of heart? Like, I didn't want that to happen. I wasn't feeling it anymore. Like, guys actually feel guilty because their heart changed, and you can't control your heart. If your heart's moving away from someone, you can't do anything about that. And often that's why people feel so guilty after they break up with someone, because their head is like, damn, you really screwed this one up. She was a great girl and you let her go. But then your heart's like, yeah, but I just wasn't feeling it anymore. And the head's like, get her back. And then the heart's like, no, stay away from her. Like, you need to find better. Like, there's always a war going on. And I'm totally, like, off my train of thought right now. But the point is, he did love you at one point. He's not a liar. He's not a liar. My ex, like, he filled my ears with just these wonderful, compassionate words for over a year. And I know that he meant them in the moment. I believed them in the moment because we were soulmates in the moment. But people fall out of love because stuff happens. Personalities shift apart. It doesn't mean that you guys weren't meant to be together. It just means that you guys weren't meant to be together, like, in that, or you guys were meant to be together in that moment and now you're not. But maybe you'll meet again in the future, and if it is, maybe I'll believe in soulmates. But as of right now, I don't believe in soulmates. And that's a side note I want to put out there. Do not argue with me about the soulmate thing. Like, people love picking at me, like, tell me about, like, why you don't believe in this. Oh, but what about this? Like, what if this happens? How do you explain this? Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your arguments. Believe me, I've heard every single argument. It's just one of those things I believe in my heart. I believe that you can have so many people out there in the world for you. And if it's the same person that it was in the beginning, maybe it was a coincidence, or maybe it was meant to be. I don't know, but that's not the focus of this video. My only point is, he probably did love you at one point. He fell out of love. maybe you guys just need to grow apart to realize that you need to grow back together. But that's not very a common thing to happen. But it just depends on the situation. Every situation is different. That's why relationship advice is so like wishy-washy, because it's so general and generic. That's why I couldn't be a doctor. I couldn't be something that just applies to one person. I wanted to be a filmmaker because it applies to everybody. I want to be a psychologist because it applies to everybody. Like, I love helping many people instead of just directly doing one, because I don't have enough patience for that. So that's just my thing. He wasn't a liar. He did love you. You really loved him, but he had a change of heart. He couldn't help it. He didn't want to have a change of heart, but he did. And now he's just following his heart. Maybe his heart will change its mind. Maybe it won't. All you can do is just focus on yourself and move forward. And believe me, I have so many other YouTube videos that you can watch if you have more questions. If not, send in a request and I'll try to customize it to the best of your ability. So I hope I helped. If I didn't, well, I'm pretty sure I did, because I know everything. I'm just kidding. I don't know everything. I wish I did know. That's why I'm in college, for all this kind of stuff. But all right, y'all, have a good one. Take it easy. Peace out.